She taking over. She taking over. You taking over. You got that takeover spirit. Nah, boy, I ain't with it. You got that takeover spirit. And nah, boy, I ain't with it. You got that takeover spirit. And nah, girl, I ain't with it. You got that.
Hey, you're inside the Kafe Cup with the Inglewood City Girls. I'm Kafe Mia Moore.
I'm Danielle.
And our special guest is...
Holla.
Hey, welcome, Holla. Welcome.
Special guest.
Yes. Just give us a little of your background.
I am a writer, actor, producer, poet. Used to rap. Currently about to start getting into back rapping. Did I say director, producer? Yeah.
Did you say director?
Anything entertainment except for singing. I don't know how to sing.
I think you know
I know
how to
how to
sing.
arrange music, but I don't. No, I really?
Really?
Don't know how to sing. Yeah, I arrange music, but I don't know how to sing.
He does it all.
How does that work, arranging music? And is that easy?
No, you just ask the people that actually
can
know
sing,
notes.
huh?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
know notes and know tone. You know what I'm saying? And then they just tell you, like my friend Isaiah, who's my music director for my shows, like, you know, anytime when I'm writing something for the show and I don't know the right notes, I just send it to him and he, you know, he'll tell the right notes and then I arrange it.
That's dope as hell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, I can't... Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot
How
of
the
people.
heck?
A lot of people that can't
like
sing,
Kirk Franklin.
arrange music. Yeah.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That is crazy. I don't think I've ever freaking... That's like blind to me. Like, how the hell does that happen
You
and
just
you don't
musically
know?
inclined.
Right?
Yeah.
People that know how to sing that can't arrange music.
That's true.
Really?
Or
Yeah.
can't harmonize.
Name
See,
somebody I know. Name somebody
arranging
we would
music
know.
Arranging music is different from knowing how to sing.
Yeah.
You know, arrangements is,
Yeah, I know it's a different thing, but I would feel like if I can sing, I
You
know
know
what
how to
I
arrange
want.
it?
Yeah, I know what I
No,
want to hear.
no,
I know
mean
what.
that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So so as a writer, what was the latest thing you've done?
I just did my 20th shows, the fireworks.
20th show.
My 20th show.
I will talk your shit.
So in the,
Right.
Yeah,
When I'm
so
thinking of this show, fireworks had 20 shows, or this is 20.
This was my 20th play that I wrote.
Production.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, for the past 8 years. Well, consistently. Well, it's been consistently, but I started doing my musical poetry shows about 6 years ago. But before that, I was still doing productions. They were music and poetry shows, but they wasn't poetry driven at first.
Yeah.
So it was kind of more so like family shows, like Coming to See and Living Color Live type
Yeah.
thing. But for the past like 8 years, every 3 to 4 months, I put on a project. Except for when I took a year off for I shot a pilot for a TV show that I had wrote with some people I was doing stuff with. It didn't work out, but
Yeah.
that's the only year I took off. And then I think it was like 8 months for the pandemic.
Yeah.
But besides that, for the past 8 years,
Yeah.
I put on a production.
And if
every
you
3 to 4
haven't
months.
seen a Tuff Crowd show, it's
Yeah.
something that you have to go see.
So she said Tuff Crowd. So is this your production company's name?
Yeah. It's Tuff Crowd Entertainment. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I started it. It's like 9 years, about to be 10. 10 years, it's like 9 years official.
Yeah.
10 years like low key in the making. But I started off at Southwest College. I had, I tell the story all the time, but I got into some trouble, and it was just like I was rapping at the time. I was getting paid for it. Then that slowed down, so I started doing other things to get money, which led me to go to jail. So then when I got out of jail, it was just like I needed,
you need to be on straight. You need to do your
not
straight thing.
but it was just like I need to do something like that. I was like, all right, well, I'll go to community college, get the little financial aid, which I never even got the financial aid. But I was like, all right, I get the financial aid. And I seen a gang of my homies was there, and I would always see people stressing over their midterms and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick something that I like.
Right.
So I ended up picking playwriting, play production, and beginning acting. And it just so happened that one teacher taught all those. I had one teacher that
Wow.
so I was with him all day, Monday through Thursday, from like 8 to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I just kind of fell in love with it. And doing so and being in his plays and traveling, I used to do these competition. It was called NASDA. It's called NASDA. So NASDA, it's like an arts competition, and it's very popular in the South because Black theater not really popular like that out here.
Right.
So
there's a lot of things that are popping elsewhere that we just kind of take advantage of or don't have, and all we have is Hollywood, you know, and that's somebody else's game. You know what I'm saying? We don't do a lot of culturally cultured stuff out here in
and
LA.
Usually when it is like, usually when it's got like the small like cult following, because we have a cult. I don't, you know that word, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
We have a cult following, and usually when people see it, they be like, well, where this been all this time? Like,
Right.
like,
Because
you
you're
know,
used to
right.
like
You're right.
Tyler Perry's and those kind of forms of his shows, but his show is
I
nothing
was going to
like
ask you that. Is your show and I don't have a problem with Tyler Perry, but I can't
People always say, okay, so this is the thing. People always be like, Holla, you the next Tyler Perry, and I always tell them, well, I'm the next Holla. I'm not, and there's no disrespect because I want to work with Tyler Perry, but I know
Tyler Perry would love to hear you say you your own person. That's what he would want to work with.
Yeah, because before he was Tyler Perry, who were they saying you're the next who?
Right.
You know, he had to become Tyler Perry.
Right.
So I'm the next me. I'm the next Holla.
Right.
But the difference in what I do and what he do, or like a Don B. Welch that does, my shows are they're scenes. So Tyler Perry has a main storyline.
Right.
You know, so it's a play. You're coming to see a play with a main storyline. Like it's about a little girl who want to live out her dreams. That's the main storyline. When you come see my show, it's different scenes that represent everything. So it's like, that's why it's like singing, rapping, acting, dancing, you know, poetry, all that into one.
Oh, I think it's like a compilation.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
But now it has like when I first started, it didn't have a formula. But when I did my first poetry show, which was called Days in the Dark, now I have a formula that I put in every single show. So it's always an opener. My openers are always exceptional. And then I do this thing which is called Call and Response, which is with my DJ. And then we do medley, which we take like everybody's favorite songs, you know, back in the day or present time, and we mash those together. And I always have a good outro. So for sure, anytime I'm writing my shows, you were gonna see those things. So now, so now you could identify like, oh, that's Holla's show.
Right.
Yeah. But at first, it was just an idea I had.
So you pretty much have a fingerprint that you can say, I have a
sure.
fingerprint.
It ain't not like
you're gonna
that.
know
It's
my
not,
show.
Yeah. It's not.
It's like
nobody
that.
doing it. Like not like no disrespect, but like. You have to come. That's why, like, it's kind of something. If you was like, well, describe it, I kind of couldn't.
Right.
So that's which makes
but you have a fingerprint where you can say that's Holla.
For sure.
I can walk in there and say, oh, Holla must
like
be a part of this, or Holla must have helped out with this.
For sure,
it's different.
So the name Holla.
Holla at us.
I have to, you know, I don't want to go there.
No, Holla
Where'd you get Holla from?
I used to be I'm still a Jay-Z fan, but I was a big Jay-Z fan, and I learned how to rap on a party line.
Okay.
On a party line.
That was back in the day.
That
was back in the day.
Yeah, this is the Hollywood Zoo, 315-777.
He still know the number, damn.
Because, that's where I learned how to rap. And on the party line, you know, you don't use your real name.
Yeah.
And at the time, I liked the Method Man's name. His AKA was like Johnny Blaze. You know, I don't know if you remember the Johnny Blaze gear and all that. So I would call myself Johnny Blaze, and on the party line for short, they called me JB.
Okay.
So they had this thing on the party line. It was like the poetry and freestyle board, and I didn't at the time know how to freestyle. It's like an art, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would write my rhymes, and then like it's on this it was a message board of 20 messages.
Yeah.
And you leave a message, like say she left 3, you know, so and then the 20 get full. When somebody else leave a message, it knocks the messages down. So I would this guy, his name was Joker. He's from Inglewood. He live in Hawaii now, but he'll be in the room just rapping all the time. And I used to be like, man, how you know how to rap? He was like, I want you to do this. You go to the poetry board, say these 3 dudes, and they gonna hit you back. And I was like, that's it? He was like, yeah. And then I went and I wrote on a small piece of paper, and I dissed all 3 of them in one message.
Oh.
So when I put the message up, he said, just wait. And I went back, I'm like, I did it. And he was like, just wait. And like 10 minutes later, the rest of the 19 messages was just them niggas just, who's Johnny Blaze? Nigga? You know, and I was just like, oh shit. So in that, I started creating, you know, I started learning, and Jay-Z on the Dynasty album, DJ Clue would always say the world's most infamous William H. Holla family. And you know, and everybody was saying Holla, Holla. It was just, it was like household, and I was like, man, I'm gonna just change my name to Holla. So I made a message where my name JB. I made a rap where I versus myself, and I had Holla kill JB in a rap.
Oh.
So that's how Holla came.
So Holla came about. That's crazy. That, because I was like, why Holla? Like, he's a man. What's the correlation to Holla and a man, you know?
Nah,
so
it wasn't in essence of that. It was just like, you know, at the time when everything wasn't like you dick riding and you was like, you respected niggas for the art. I was a Jay-Z fan, so it was just something like, you know, I would always hear, and I'm like, well, I like Holla. That's gonna be my name.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was introduced to Holla or Tuff Crowd maybe 5 years ago, and I remember I was such a supporter, and I remember watching Joe Budden's podcast, and Maul had on a shirt, and the shirt said Tuff Crowd on the neck, and I was like so excited for you. I was like, damn, they doing they shit. They got merch.
Right.
Yeah, like they on Joe Budden like podcast. Like, cause Maul comes out here all the time and he hangs out with a lot of NBA stars and things like that. And I'm like, damn, Hollis really doing his shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I got on Instagram and it was like beef. Like,
okay, yeah, it was beef.
And I was just like, what the? Oh, that's not Holla. And I'm like, but
wait,
the name
it was
is
beef.
Yeah, it was, I guess I don't know what happened, but Holla was like, hell no, that ain't me. The name was written exactly in spelling of Tuff Crowd.
Yeah.
So
and I was
everyone knew. So everyone must have knew.
Everybody don't know.
So then how did the beef come about? You saw his shirt?
No, okay, it came about because...
and it's not Maul's brand, it's...
Brandon Jennings.
Okay.
So Brandon Jennings know me... indirectly, directly, if that makes sense. Okay. Just being honest, you know, if you're from the hood and you tapped in, you kind of know.
You know who you are. Yeah.
And I'm saying that as humble as I can say, because I'm not
talk
famous.
your shit. You are famous.
No, for real.
I'm saying
you
you're
are
famous.
who you are.
I'm not saying,
Don't Gemini us right now.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, I'm just being honest.
You're trying to be humble for the people in the back, but at the end of the day, you are who you are, and if they don't understand that, then they don't understand that.
But when I'm okay on the level of
where you thinking you should be.
Yeah, because if it was that, then they would already had identified like
right.
Okay, so that's what
So you had to take up for your shit.
No,
like,
I'm gonna always do that.
Right.
So basically, it's directly but indirectly. So we know, you know, everything is 6 degrees of separation, but we know mutual people.
Yeah.
And through mutual people, a mutual person was like, this is Holla, this Tuff Crowd, this what he got going on, you should see what's up. Right? So in that, you know, somebody that already got bread and fame just look at it like, oh, I like that.
Oh, that's
name.
tight.
That's that.
And that's how it happens. Ain't that messed up?
Yeah, it go like that until it don't go like that though. So so that went like that, and I addressed it on the under, like a man should.
Right. On the under meaning
like
did you tag him?
Yes, like I'm addressing you before I be like, just run to what niggas do, run to the ground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was addressed. In that address, it was like, you know, just in case he didn't know what was up, I explained. I'm Holla. I started Tuff Crowd whoop-de-whoop years ago. I know whoop-de-whoop. You know whoop-de-whoop. So you know,
you know what
this is.
Right.
You know, if you want to speak business on and we can as black men,
right.
And you know, and because we already don't own shit,
right?
And it's already a stigma,
right? And it would help for you to get with him and
man,
him.
I'm doing this. I'm with the youth. I'm in the community.
Absolutely.
You know, let's do this. And then it was stated to me, you know, oh well, you know, this one he was playing for the Bucks. He was like, you know, when the season over, man, we'll sit down.
Yeah.
So I go to my crew. I'm like, look,
excited.
You know, this about to be cool.
Yeah.
This was going on.
I would have been excited.
He know what's up.
Yeah. Right.
They're like, oh, for sure. 2 weeks go by.
Damn.
What's her name? Khloe Kardashian. She put the Tuff Crowd earrings up, and I'm like,
what's going on?
so you know,
that pulled him to the top. If
So,
one of them
like
Kardashians do
Chloe,
some.
yeah, Chloe's like my favorite Kardashian. I would always say like that's my favorite, right? So everybody hitting me, they're like, man, it's on, you on, nigga. I'm
That's
like,
how I felt when I saw the T-shirt.
So I hit him directly again.
No.
I'm like, bro, what's up?
Right.
This what you said, but this not what you doing. Like, I'm like, man, you know, you need to hit me with my number. Now it's my number. Left me on red, right? So the next thing I see, you know, Tuff Crowd, we had our, what they call them jackets? The jackets the referee be wearing, they like with the silky material.
Yeah.
That my boy Slim, what they call him, Eric Lloyd, he was designing the stuff and they got the, you know, our name on it and all that.
Yeah.
The next thing I see is now they put a jacket up. So now I'm like, okay.
Stop playing with me.
All
so
right,
did he agree with your original conversation? Like, yeah, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna figure this out.
He said that himself, and I have that. So, but I'm saying this is the thing. I'm gonna wrap that all around. So when he put that, now I was fed up. Now I'm a nigga.
Right.
Because first, this is my brother.
Right.
But now I'm a nigga.
Right.
Because you went nigga first. you went nigga first.
Right.
All right. So I put broad as I can. If anybody know at Brandon Jennings, I added him.
That's the beef.
Tell him to call me. I'm Holla 323-481. Rest of my number.
Dang, you put this on the gram?
Yeah, but see what I'm saying? But if to the naked eye, you would think, oh, I'm just running to the gram.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I don't even be explaining the story because people feel everything is clout.
Right.
But I'm a man first.
Right.
So, and he know that. The thing he know is that you were addressed in several occasions.
Right.
Before you felt like I'm running to the gram.
Right. You know nigga.
And
like,
the homies
you
know. I'm saying when niggas start finding out, real
they
niggas
just
know.
get the tail end, but it's like, no, you know what this about.
That's why I'm not gonna say nobody else's name. I'm addressing that man because I'm a man in here.
And he went straight to the man.
And at any time, anything could be fixed.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say, well, this nigga knew this. I'm saying him.
Him.
Okay.
Right.
He knew.
Right.
Okay. So with that, that's when a gang of my hood homies started hitting me because they thought, just like you thought, me and him was cool. They thought it was like, oh, Holla, you cracking. Brandon Jennings out here, nigga, you on.
Right.
So a gang of my homies that didn't know officially hit me like, wait, why you doing? I thought y'all was cool, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, like he's stealing my shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, first thought, you got to think like, if I'm a man and I hashtag Tuff Crowd, right? I was already probably like 3,000 hashtags in.
Dang.
Probably more, you know?
Dang.
If I go check like, first of all, you like my name, that's cool. And it's like, well, if I'm still all right, you go hashtag, you see, oh, I can't do this. I couldn't even do that. Nigga, look. My shit go back 10 years, almost 10 years.
Right.
You could literally hashtag Tuff Crowd. If you had the time and you want to go to the first, my shit like 9 to 10 years old, pound, Tuff Crowd.
Yeah.
Me. You know, and then it's like, so you can't, if people do their history and did their homework, they would know that I'm not just saying whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So, so the homies hit me, they like, oh, y'all not to, and I'm like, nah, okay? So one of his folks, you know, was basically saying like, this the homie. They gave me the man number. I called the man. The man pick up. I'm like, hey, this Holla.
Damn.
The man hang up.
No way.
That's that.
What?
Like, dead ass. This on my kids. If God take me tonight, this the honest to God
hung
truth.
up.
One of my official homies that you know what I'm saying, everything 6 degrees of separation, like, oh, he trying to fuck with you like that?
Yeah.
Call him. All right, that's what that is. So now it's like, now my whole crew at the time, it probably was like, right now it's like 48 of us. At the time, we probably was in the high 30s, high 40s. So now all the homies pressing. That I'm saying, my Tuff Crowd homies. Now they like, no, nigga, this is the real Tuff Crowd. They added him. So one of his homies that I know.
So was his team reacting at this point, or they try to act like y'all didn't exist?
No. One of his homies that I ain't gonna, like I said, I'm a real nigga. One of his homies that's official, like, you know, with the shits, I know him, but he's not, I know him, but he not my homie how he's Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
So he hit me, and he's telling me like, man, you know, this could go, you know what I'm on, this
Yeah.
could go, whoop. And I'm like, Lord, let me tell you this, like, I know what you on,
Yeah.
I know where you be, I know your history, but I like, bro, I'm a man. That don't scare me. First of all, I'm a man of God. You know what I'm saying? I know what you on. But because, you know, people feel like, people feel I was getting a perception of me like I'm a square or like I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Since you got God in your life, you're not going to get turned
or
up.
I'm a poet, or I dress
Right,
like this.
right,
you know?
right.
But I wasn't saying that. I understood, like, what he was saying is just truth. He was like, you know, he was saying, Holla, we don't need this to go where it don't need to go.
Yeah.
On either side.
Yeah.
You know, he was just saying that. And in the essence of me thinking about it, I'm like, all right, he correct. Let me try a different approach. But even in a different approach, you know, the Brandon Jennings was just like, he was relentless about.
I didn't like how his response was.
Yeah,
it was kind of
it was
like,
relentless.
oh well, you got a entertainment company, I got a clothing line,
Yeah.
so just like get over it, go
Yeah.
figure it out. You
Yeah.
should have done your work
Nigga, I'm
and
rich, all
did
Yeah, I
this
was going to
shit,
ask you.
paid your money
did
for
you,
your name, and
yeah,
you
I was
didn't.
going to ask you, why didn't you?
It was okay. So ours was with the ENT. So his was just Tuff Crowd outright.
Right.
But it ain't even no but to it. It's different now. It's different if, say, I had my name out there in the world, right?
Yeah.
And just randomly somebody on the other side of the world, I seen it. But
Right.
bro, this
right.
was this.
I know that you know, and we both know that you know, and this is why you
Even
got
down
it.
to
And spelling. Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
He could've
You
wrote
don't
it
spell
tough.
tough Tuff.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how you spell tough.
Yeah.
You know, I spelled, and okay, so we had, our Tuff Crowd used to be separated. You know, and because now his Tuff Crowd is separated. When people even say that, I even go back to I said, go to my old hashtags.
Yeah.
First, my Tuff Crowd was Tuff Crowd separated.
Yeah.
Then when I went to, when I got fed up, I started showing the Instagram like, y'all think I'm lying? All right. This our conversation.
Yeah.
This my jacket. This his jacket.
Yeah.
This my old logo. This his new logo.
Yeah.
This how I started showing. And then people started seeing it like, oh shit.
No, dead ass.
Dang.
Nigga,
so
this
he
nigga
took
really stealing.
everything but ENT.
Yes.
The logo and everything.
No, not the logo.
Just the way you write it out.
Yeah.
The spelling.
So in the way of like his old
The font,
his
too?
old forms. Yeah, like his old, on one of my old DVDs, how we had the Tuff Crowd spelled out is how in his fonts, because I guess he changed it. It was like that.
It was exactly the
Yeah,
same.
and then the jackets, and now, so
And this is a whole person who has
black
the money
man, bro.
to do his own shit.
not even
and
that. A black man that could have been like, well, all right, let's fix our difference. Yeah,
Brought you in.
and it could have been like how it should be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it probably would have took off, but guess what? God is so good because you don't need him.
No, it's not.
Nah, but it's the principle.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
all it was. And the
you
only
got
And that gotta be
twisted.
hurtful. Like I don't know how I wouldn't let go of that grudge.
Oh, you should have seen Tuff Crowd.
I don't know
He
how
was
I
going
can let go of
hard,
that
but you should
grudge.
have seen the actual
Let me
Tuff
just- let me
Crowd
just-
in the
let me
comments
just
ready
say
to
this.
go
Let me
too.
just
Like,
say this.
Shit.
As a man, I feel like God humble you for certain reasons.
Yeah.
You feel me? I feel like the reason in that manner that occurred that early was for just God to show me and my crew like this what
Tighten
people
it
do
up
out
too.
here.
Yeah.
That and this what people do.
Yeah.
And you can't, not saying you can't trust anybody, but it showed me how all that talking I be doing, the moment I get a chance where I could do what I need to do, I can't do nobody.
You
like
should
that.
have went. You know what you should have
You know what I'm
did?
saying?
You probably still should do it if he didn't do it. You should have copywrote that name. And then he couldn't use it.
It's a lot going on with the situation that it's
You
just a
gonna
lot
get into
going
it.
on that I'm saying the only reason like I don't, you know, I could be saying this stuff every day, but I'm not putting that energy out
Right,
there. I'm
no
saying,
need.
Y'all ask, and I'm saying it because you asking and I don't
Right,
hide stuff.
right.
But I'm not, because people consider those kind of things cloud chasing.
Right.
And I'm not a cloud chaser.
Right.
You ask, so I'm gonna answer the question. If I'm anywhere and somebody be like, well, you know, I heard, all I would just be like, if you do your research, you would know Tuff Crowd is mine.
Yeah.
I'm the originator of the original of Tuff Crowd.
Right.
Period. And if
Period.
you do even deeper research, because I'm glad I didn't know like you seen when it happened. If you do even deeper research, you know, she seen when it actually happened.
Yeah.
And the rant he went on with like, well, nigga, you should have been doing that. And that was just letting people know, like, oh, you on fuck nigga shit.
Yeah.
That's sucker shit. You know what I'm saying?
Is so
it's just what it was.
And I think that's so crazy that as people, creatives, you know, how many loops do we have to go through to protect our? I mean, you who would think first? You think like I go.
Honestly, I'm sitting here like, please don't tell your whole script like how your format is because I want this done to you again.
They can't do nothing with that.
Yeah, it's crazy because you can't be creatively putting things out there. You have to do this, and this. And it's like, what the hell? I'm a creative. I'm not thinking about this, that, and that, but it's unfortunate because, like you said, you go through that stuff and now you have to think about this, and this.
But like I said, it is sad you got to do that. But, you know, in the day and age that we in, you know, a lot of people used to always tell me, everything business, everything, and it sounds cliche, everything business, non-personal, everything business, non-personal. I didn't start Tuff Crowd as a business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it grew organically and it became a family, and we went through the things that could fuck up the. Can I cuss? I'm sorry.
No, do your thing.
Oh, that could fuck up the business. I experienced them early on. So at first it was I just had to. I'm glad I built it organically, and now, you know, working on the business part, people always say you can't put your feelings in business, but if you own your own business, because I own my own business, you can put certain feelings into the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I also know how to separate it now too, which I didn't know how to do at first.
And it seems so authentic, so unauthentic. When you grow up as Black people, we not taught like that. We're like, that's your cousin and that's your your neighbor. Be like this. So when you think of the business, you think of you being shrewd. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't. You know, I don't want to do that.
No, it is a such thing as good business, just like it's a such thing as good karma. When people hear karma, they think fucked up first.
But it's
not. You can get good karma in the world.
You can.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like everything don't have to be negative.
Yeah.
You don't even gotta focus on the devil if you're doing right.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with devil and shit. Yeah. And you just understand like, oh, the rain has to come because it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good for the rain to come. It's not like when you think of the negative stuff, it's like, oh, it's rain, and it's like, no, it's good. We need the rain. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. Your attitude about it. You know what I'm saying?
I used to be not bitter. I was angry.
Okay.
I was angry because, you know, when God gives you a gift and put it in your lap, and somebody just feel like they could big dog you,
right?
You know, off something that I've lost many nights of sleep behind, or you know what I'm saying.
Pours your heart
my purpose,
into that. Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying, like when people be using this,
it's a violation.
Yeah, blood, sweat, and tears. It's like, what made you feel as a man or a woman or anybody feel like
you just snatched my
baby?
Just
like do that. This. The audacity.
Yeah. And when you use the word create, like you could go. It's like the world. Anything is limitless. Like this mine.
But it's not limitless to them because you're a genius. You have a gift. If you're creative, and I'm not, but I have the gift to be like, damn, that was tight. And now I got the bag. I'm blessed. Because I've gotten your blessing, and I stole it like an Esau. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we go back to the business, and it makes us feel shrewd. You know what I'm saying? I'll have people sign a contract. We have this platform. Right, and when they do, it's like, it changes the business, it changes the person when you invite them on the platform. It's like, oh, yeah. And then when you put the contract, it's like, what is this for? Exactly, it changes, and then you feel like, you know what I'm saying? You start feeling bad. But the business is the business.
I'm gonna protect my brand.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Because the friendship can go out the window in an ugly way, but at the end of the day, I'm still talking shit.
The papers don't.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn to think like a W person instead of the way I've been raised. You know what you're not a W person.
I thought W was for the win, but you talking about
the white people.
Yes.
Oh, white people.
I had to think about the W people.
I'm currently doing business with the W people, and and let me just say that it's
probably
been
a way better.
That's what I tell people.
I'm not down in now listen to this, because like I said, the world is so sensitive. I'm saying that I was talking to my boy Terrell, and I said that for the 26th of August, I was hired. My production was hired as a team to basically put on a play with this company called Rise Together, and it's like my whole shows. They hired me to write like political issues from the eyesight of us in the community and what we go through. And it was a white man that came to my show and seen the fireworks show, and he came because we have one white guy in my crew named Cyrus. Shout out to Cyrus. First of all, I don't see color. It just happened to be that.
Absolutely.
It just happened to be that everybody in my crew was black, not because
Right.
I'm like only black people. No,
Right.
It just happened like that.
It happened like
So,
that. And then that's in your community, and that's who you
Yeah.
initially.
But Cyrus is white. We worked on something else, and he was just doing like we having a show. He's selling tickets, and he brought the guy Craig, and Craig seen the show, and Craig was like, man, this is what I do. Can you build a show around that? And I'm like, that's what I do.
Right.
So
but not to cut you off, but W people are more
Organized.
They probably would have sat down and he was Brandon.
Not organized.
They probably
What
would have
it
did
is.
some stuff. Probably, who knows, if they were Brandon, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Probably. I'm not gonna big them up like that. What I'm trying to say is they understand the business before we do.
I'm not.
I
not
can't
saying
say
that.
I can't say that. Let me not say that either.
I'm not trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be truthful. I'm not saying black people business be messed up all the time because I have done business with black people and it be on
And they
point.
be on it. Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying my first venture because I've been hired to do stuff like solo or maybe 8 of us, but they hired 48 of my whole staff and my cast.
Good.
So I'm just saying my first venture as a whole production was hired by a white person in a company.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, not saying black people wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the first person.
Well, good for
Well,
you.
we don't
And
have a problem with W people.
Stop saying-
Why they can't be W people? I think that's cool. If they say B, yay, B, like they say niggas and they be cool with us. They'll sit right here and be like, especially if he think he black, he be like, nigga, what, If I can't say W, I'm just shortening it.
I work well with all people. So
Right,
Yeah.
me too. Her
I
three.
think this is just the beginning, though. I hope you guys. I pray that you guys get way more.
Yeah,
W
absolutely.
People.
Absolutely.
Tyler Perry.
Right.
And because I'm telling you, if y'all have not checked out, when is your next show?
August 28th. It's the encore for my 20th show. I gotta raise $33,000 for my next play, which is December 18th.
Oh,
And
wow.
as
Them
of right
numbers
now,
are sexy. 33,000.
Yeah, it's 33.
That means
We gotta
that
raise
it's going to
33.
be
Good.
We're doing it at
is a
the
good
and it's
show.
also my first show that will be it's gonna be at the Wilshire E-Bell.
Woo.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's just it's a blessing. The numbers.
Well, don't forget about the Coffee Cup while you make sure we invite it coming out. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
So tell the people where they can see you.
You could reach me on Instagram at THUGGN Thuggin. A lot of people when they see me in the streets like Thuggin. A lot of people be like, hey, that's Thuggin. But my stage name is Holla. I'm Holla. It's my Instagram is just Thuggin.
Okay.
And it been that I never changed my Instagram name. But you can reach me on Gram at THUGGN. You can follow us at The Real Tuff Crowd on Instagram also. You could go to YouTube and type in Tuff Crowd / Trapman. My pilot is on there. You could go to Amazon Prime and type in Concrete Jungle, the first
working.
movie
You
I
can
ever
find him
shot.
everywhere.
He working.
You could go to Apple or all platforms of music. My album is called Anywhere But Here. Yeah.
Jeez, the man is working.
Yes.
You can find him on the Coffee Cup
Yes.
/ Holla. He is working, and
Pound.
everybody is working to get in with
Yeah.
him too, and to be a part of his production because he's hot like that.
Yeah.
But
she said that hasn't occurred yet. But
he
it
needs
is.
to stop he's
He's
hot
trying
like
to be
that.
humble.
Right. They're lining up and
He
he's
know.
doing his thing. You know, he's in these streets. And I met him through.
I am in the streets though. I can't say that.
I met him through Danielle. I've met him through other family. You know, I've seen him around. He acts like he doesn't know me around, but
Yeah, me too,
He's
but it's
here.
okay.
You know,
Hopefully next time.
right? You remember us
You
now.
give us,
They is not telling the
embrace
truth. Do not
him.
believe these people.
Well, this was such a good interview.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I sat down with you. Even just to know that's there's so many more levels. We always
lot
say
of
that
levels.
like there's so many levels. We don't say that to everybody. There is a handful
Yeah.
of people that there are so many levels
Yeah.
that we would just love to dig into with the right amount of time.
Yeah.
So can you tell the camera you'll come back?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be back. That camera right there.
Yeah.
Hey, camera, I'm coming back. Who's ever watching
And we
right
may
there,
have to bring the
I shall
gentleman with
return.
you.
Yeah,
Okay,
bring the gentleman.
Yeah.
We didn't even speak about the gentleman.
We did it.
I was speaking to whatever y'all want
There's
to
so
speak
many
about.
levels.
I know.
But you were good, and I appreciate you. Like you open up a little more, I feel more connected to you. You know,
I'm an open person. I'm not like, I think people always feel like,
you gonna be, cause you give
Nah,
off
they
this
feel
tough
like-
crowd look. You know, it's like don't mess with me. I don't
Very
know if that's a
confident.
Gemini.
I don't know.
no, I'm really literally like one of the nicest people.
Approachable.
Like the
I
nicest
believe
people
you
in the
are,
world.
cause usually, and
Like,
not that I'm
literally.
on to be on signs, but Geminis are usually sweethearts. Like
the
they
nicest
are.
woman I know in the world is my mom, and she a Gemini.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that's 'cause
I'm
it's
for
your
real.
mama.
Like I'm literally like probably one of the nicest people you ever meet, and I'm not
Okay.
just saying that.
Okay, well, our videographer's a Gemini. He's the nicest person I met.
Yeah,
Hey,
Gemini gang,
There's another Gemini
you
back
are,
there.
you
Yeah.
June or May?
I'm May.
Oh,
I'm
they
May.
different.
My mom is May. My son is June.
June are sweeter than May to me.
June.
June?
Yes.
Because you guys are close to Taurus.
Okay,
Ooh.
so my grandson is May. I'm May. My son May. My son is June. My mom June, and one of my favorite people in the world, who's the mother of my grandson, she's June, and she's a Gemini.
And they're sweet. You should said
My
your
son
mom
be
was a
tripping
sweet.
a little bit.
Okay.
But they sweet, yeah.
Okay, but
May
you
too.
are,
May too.
a Gemini, and that's what
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much, Holla. Y'all,
Appreciate
this was so cool. Like, look, I'm hollering. Ah! No.
Yeah.
Give it up for the infamous Holla on the Coffee Cup.
Thank
Thank
you.
Appreciate it.